What is up, guys? Clark and Company here, and I got my dad here with me. We're going to do some playoff predictions today. So let's get right into it today. We're going to do conference by conference. We're going to predict who's going to win each game, and then the winner of every game of each conference, and who's going to the Super Bowl, and then who we think is going to win the Super Bowl. So all the AFC games are today for some reason. I don't know. But the Chiefs at the Texans, that should be a great game in my opinion. I don't know. Who do you think is going to win that one?
We've got two teams both playing well, both going in on winning streaks. But I got to go with the home team here. I got J.J. Watt on defense, and he's a force to be reckoned with. So
yeah,
home team gets it.
I mean, the Chiefs are on a 10-game winning streak, but I think they're due for a loss. I think the Texans will win that one. And then the winner of that game plays the winner of the Steelers game.
No, it depends on who wins the Steeler game and how they seed it.
Alright, well, I have the
Seeding
Steelers.
is always changing every week.
I think the Steelers will win against the Bengals, even though the Bengals are home. They're not playing with Andy Dalton, so I don't know. Without Andy Dalton, I don't think there's really any big playmakers on the field except A.J. Green, and if you can't have a good quarterback throwing to him, you can't really make a play. So,
well, I agree the Steelers are going to win, but I'm going with the fact that A.J. McCarron is a rookie and has no experience in the playoffs, and I think it could be overwhelming for him, especially going up against a team like the Steelers and what they did to the Bengals the last time the two played. So it could be tough.
Since I picked the Steelers winning, who are the Texans going to play then? The Steelers?
Again, I got to look at the seeding because the Steelers will play. If the Steelers win, then they're going to go up against Denver, and if so if Steelers win and Houston wins, then Steelers against Denver, Houston against New England.
So Steelers against Denver, that should be a good game. I don't know. I don't think Peyton Manning's fully recovered and ready to be starting again. But I guess we'll find out. I guess it depends on who. I'll take the home team. Whatever. And Broncos will probably be home because they have the better record.
Yes.
So I think the Broncos will win just because they're home. I don't think they're better than the Steelers. I think just because they're at home. And then the Texans would go on to play the Patriots, right?
Correct.
Yeah, the Texans will lose that one. Sorry, Houston fans, but the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl.
I think one of the home teams would lose. I think the Patriots are going to have a tough time against Houston. You've got J.J. Watt on defense.
I mean,
the problem is, I think the Patriots, their offensive line is hurting. They're going through quite a bit of injuries. The extra week off might help them, but I'm actually going to go with Houston in an upset. And as much as I'm a Steeler fan, I just don't think they're going to be able to get past Peyton Manning and the Broncos in Denver. To me, I'm looking at Denver hosting the Houston Texans for the AFC title game. And in that case, I just don't see Peyton Manning and Denver losing to Houston. So I'd see Denver going to the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Patriots did play the Texans earlier in the season and destroyed them. But I guess the playoffs changes everything, but I don't see that. But Broncos versus the Patriots in the AFC Championship. Patriots are going to the Super Bowl out of the AFC.
That game will be in Denver, though.
That game, I guess it will be. But
Broncos have home field throughout the playoffs.
Patriots and Tom Brady, they'll think of something. Bill Belichick, they'll think of something.
He's a smart guy, but
yeah. Yeah, that's my AFC prediction. You said the Broncos are going to come out the AFC.
I believe the Broncos will be coming out of the AFC.
Maybe, but alright. The NFC, we got the Packers at the Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks at the Minnesota Vikings. I see the Vikings beating the Seahawks. So much hype around the Seahawks. They just haven't been consistent this season, in my opinion. I think the Vikings will win with home advantage against the Seahawks. It's going to be like negative 10 degrees or something there, something like that. Really cold weather for that game, and I don't think the Seahawks are quite used to it as the Vikings are. So anyway, I think the Vikings are more consistent this season with winning and everything, so I'm going to take the Vikings over the Seattle Seahawks. And the Redskins game, the Packers, I know you're saying the Redskins will win, but I know the Packers haven't been playing well lately, but playoffs are different. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs have experience with that. They will win that game, as the Redskins don't have experience in the playoffs for a long time now.
True, but I believe the Redskins are going to win that game. They're at home. And in the last 2 to 3 weeks, they've played much better than Green Bay. Green Bay has not played consistent. Aaron Rodgers and that offense has not been showing itself as being a really good offense of late, and I think they're still going to run into trouble in Washington. And to go over to the other game, Seattle at Minnesota, I'm going to say Seattle's going to win for one big reason. Minnesota does not have a long ball threat, and Seattle's defense is very good at not allowing too much after the catch. They'll give the catch up, but it's going to be short passes, and they tackle quick and make sure that there's not much of a run after the catch.
Yes, but the Vikings don't need to pass the ball because they have Adrian Peterson. So.
I'm going with Seahawks.
Yeah.
And in that case, if it's Washington and Seattle that win, then next week Seattle will travel to Carolina to play the Panthers, and Washington will go to Arizona to play the Cardinals.
Alright, the Packers win.
Again, it's all seeding.
If the Packers win and if they do go to the Panthers, I would love to see Aaron Rodgers destroy Cam Newton. I don't know. Cam Newton, I just think he's really overrated. He's just had an easy schedule this season. You know, but they almost lost to the New York Giants, the best team in the NFL. Minnesota going to Arizona, I don't see them winning that game. I think Arizona is probably one of the best teams in the NFL at the moment. I'd say top 3, Arizona. And then from that, well, if the Packers do beat North Carolina, then it would be Packers versus the Cardinals, and I don't see the Cardinals losing. Cardinals are going straight to the Super Bowl.
Well, I agree. Cardinals will go to the Super Bowl. A little different route because, like I said, I believe Seattle's going to win, and that would put them going into Carolina to play. I think the Panthers would beat Seattle. I think their offense is much more explosive than Wilson and the Seahawks. And I think that the Redskins going into Arizona to play, right now, Arizona's playing really well, and I think the Redskins will be on too much of a high from winning the first playoff game in I couldn't tell you how many years. So I don't see them beating the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals would then have to travel to Carolina to play the Panthers. I still put that one more experience for the Cardinals. And so I would see the Cardinals beating the Panthers and going to the Super Bowl.
The Panthers are looking at it as like a revenge from last season. So the Cardinals, because last season in the playoffs when the Cardinals played the Panthers, they had a third-string quarterback starting, and the Panthers beat the Cardinals and lost to Seattle. Now, if Seattle beats the Panthers or Arizona beats the Cardinals beat them this time, I'd like that. My Super Bowl prediction: Patriots versus Cardinals, and I have the Cardinals winning. Actually, I don't even know. That's going to be a good one.
My prediction is the Broncos versus the Cardinals, and that would be a toss-up. I'd flip a coin. I would, in that case, just really hope for a good game and not a blowout.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Peyton Manning can do much better if he gets to the Super Bowl than the last one.
Yeah,
so.
Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. We all know Eli Manning's better than Peyton Manning when it comes to the postseason.
True. I would take him in the postseason.
I don't know. Patriots versus the Cardinals. They didn't play this season, so that should be a great game to watch. That should be a really good game to watch. I'm not gonna. You guys decide who will win that game or his Super Bowl matchup. But that's pretty much it for this playoff prediction. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to drop a like. Drop a like for this guy too. All right. Subscribe if you are new. Peace out, guys.